Hello. Dobra, o ile dobrze pamiętam, teraz... To coś świeci? A, tak, tekstura. To miałem płaskie tekstury. Musimy iść do kościoła. Tutaj da się... Weź, to są jakieś szczury. Mnie za zjedzenie szczurów jest jakiś achievement, więc to wypadałoby go mieć. Co tutaj jest? A, tutaj jest ten. Tutaj jest... Kryjówka tam była. Tutaj mogę przejść. Migrujący skal. A nawet dwa. No. Nie denerwuj się, nie. Tak. Dobra, tędy muszę wyjść. A i teraz się tam na... Dobra, trochę krwi. No tak. Ale weź się ulecz, no. To się nie leczysz. Aj, zabrakło mi tego, staminy. To. Dobra. Tutaj to mogę otworzyć. A, tutaj są te wampirki.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you
Kurwa,
want
ork.
from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Żadnego orka nie będziemy się słuchać.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Nie tny. Hmm? Podnieś to. Co to było? Jakby krzyk był. Czy ja w ogóle dobrze idę? No nie no, szybciej było tą stronę. A nie, to nagan. Szybciej by było iść w tą stronę. Wielebny koń! A, to wróg jest. Ło! O Jezu. O Jezu. To... A! Takimi przeciwnikami na... Najlepiej po prostu... trzymać się z daleka. Trzeba zabić tego. Czego on używa? Bo ten jakiś aury używał. Wokół siebie. Spróbujmy spierdolić. Spierdolamy! Serio? Już nie będą gonić po prostu. Oj. No nic.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Okej.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
O. O. Ale nie mogę tutaj nigdzie to skończyć. Dobra, idziemy. Wracamy do szpitala. Tędy? O, tędy. Kurwa! Ja pierdolę po prostu.
Steady, boys. We've got one of them.
Po prostu przebiegniemy i tyle. O, jednak nie.
Die, vermin!
Tak. To nie miało prawa trafić. No. Chyba trochę nie bardzo.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
Jeleń.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
Diabeł.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you? I am the land. You are our champion. You selected me. Chose me. As shall my children yet to come. What is it you seek? This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged. This has something to do with the epidemic. Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
Diabeł.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Karwej. O, a może się jakieś te leki odnowiły? Raczej nie. Pewnie po spaniu się coś może odnowić. Albo i nie.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
Łowca wampirów jak zgaduję.
You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan.
Coś mam nacisnąć?
This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
Na świętą stoleję. Masz nowe dokumenciki tutaj. Chyba nie.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Grubo.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere.
To ta co
Duty
była w
nurse
zamkniętym
is taking
pokoju.
care
Ta
of the
plotkara.
mess.
Plotkara. O,
Very well.
pomaga, no.
I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity.
Oj, oj, oj.
Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Hampton to był ten ksiądz z tego, z doków, tak? Rozdział 3.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Ja tutaj nie widzę tej. Prawie w ogóle tutaj nie było. Tego mamy odszukać. Sprawdzam. Ale wydaje mi się, że
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
tylko ci
How are you?
bezimienni umarli.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm.
Is there anything you can tell me?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see...
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
Do you require...
I have no need for your
I'll leave.
O, tutaj też coś jest. Kodeina. A i tutaj ją.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me.
O cholera.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Co
What
się
can you
stało?
tell me about...
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her...
And did you see all...
No. I was working by the tents when it...
Where is
są?
Miss Jones's...
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone...
Ale
Goodbye.
nie zapytałem się tego gościa o tym. Tego gościa... Edgara, o tego wampira przecież.
If you don't...
I'd be delighted to.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a
No,
vampire.
powinien się bardziej to i
But
Lady
what
Ash
kind, I'm not
spytać o to.
sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious...
You need to be careful, Jonathan.
Dobra.
I recently tried to enter a church.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in...
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight.
What exactly happened?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the guard of
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity
Mam
to
kreta.
disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
Who was that man?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here.
I can guarantee one thing. The Guard of Prewen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
What do they hope?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampire...
Thank you.
Zgaduję, że pewnie będzie jakiś motyw z tym, że no... Będziemy mogli go zabić albo ocalić. Gdzie to było? Krew jest...
What on earth happened here?
O, ho, ho. Tutaj... Nie, to jest ten. A tutaj nie mogę niczego zrobić. Wychodzimy.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the Scal, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was
Who
bigger
are
than a
him?
man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
No, czyli ktoś jest jeszcze
What
nad nim.
is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Ale dobra, no bo zostałem.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this...
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life. Unless they ask.
Oh.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still
No dobra.
Thank you.
Elo. Gdzie mamy iść? A to i tak... musimy do doków. Czy jakoś tędy? Odblokować kryjówkę. Jeszcze tutaj są zachodnie doki. Same to kryjówek to jest od cholery. Dobra, no to tak. To do zobaczenia w kolejnym odcinku. Będziemy sobie szukać tego księdza. Znaczy kaznodziei w sumie. No to cześć.